You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Folks, the interviews that I did, I already showed you, took place yesterday at North Carolina A&T. Well, today, the Biden campaign hosted a rally, the Vote Pep rally at North Carolina A&T during the start of HBCU Homecoming week. Now, there's an ad that they have put together, an excerpt to show how HBCUs are an important part of the Biden-Harris effort to get the vote out. Check it out.
HBCUs are guardians of the culture.
The stomping ground for the African-American intellectual.
A place where you go to cut your teeth.
They serve as bridges between our storied past and our present progress.
Founded out of necessity, sustained through service and sacrifice.
Historically black colleges and universities have always been the heartbeat of this country's fight for justice.
Whether it was sit-ins in Greensboro,
bus boycotts in Tallahassee,
or protests in Orangeburg,
HBCUs are and always have been the soul of the nation.
Historically black colleges and universities built America's black middle class, and Joe Biden knows that's the backbone of our country.
He has the boldest presidential plan for HBCUs in our history, investing $70 billion in HBCUs and minority-serving institutions, lowering costs for students, and building world-class facilities worthy of our world-class talent.
Joe Biden is not only investing in us, but investing in a better America.
When HBCUs rise, we all rise. We are HBCU students for Biden.
Joining us now is Kamau Marshall, Director of Strategic Communications for the Biden-Harris campaign. That ad there, obviously targeting HBCUs. Donald Trump has spent an inordinate amount of time saying he's been the greatest thing since sliced bread for black people, saying that he's made permanent funding for HBCUs. We all know that's an absolute lie. But tomorrow's a debate. Are we going to see Joe Biden specifically speaking directly, letting folks know about his commitment to HBCUs?
So I think in tomorrow's debate, one, you're going to see a person that is presidential versus a person that's holding the title. As far as him speaking directly to HBCUs, we'll see how the debate goes. We see who we're debating against. Donald Trump, who does not like to debate. You saw the last debate. I think that was quite laughable and not serious, especially being that we're in a global pandemic and we're in a recession right now. So I think you should be able to look forward to hearing Joe Biden talk about a wide range of issues now that we have the mic that will cut off in 2 minutes so folks can actually talk and actually have a real debate.
One of the things that we have heard from a lot of people, and again, as I spent a little time on the road yesterday in North Carolina. Friday, I'm going to be Friday and Saturday in Orlando. Then next week we'll be in Georgia, Michigan, in South Carolina, as well as Mississippi. And what people keep saying is they want to hear specifics in terms of what Biden-Harris will do specifically for African Americans.
So I think that, as we've been campaigning, those issues have been at the top of the list, period. When you go directly to those things, we do talk to those things. It varies from different different audiences, but I think that you will hear more of those because we have always taken the black vote serious since day one. As we've always said since we launched the campaign, that it's going to take a diverse coalition, and in that diverse coalition is black voters. And so our campaign knows that. So I think folks should expect to hear more when it comes to our issues. You see that happening in those battleground states, in North Carolina, in Michigan, in Florida. And so I think you'll get more of that, even in Wisconsin. And so folks should expect to hear more. Those things are happening. And I would say some of the top lines when you hear about our HBCU plans, that we're having HBCU Homecoming this week, when you hear about our Black agenda and we see that folks are now talking about Trump's platinum plan, there are contrasts. It's a complete opposite of substance and real policy that affects folks' lives and a plan. So I think folks can expect to hear that. We're 13 days out, so we're beating the pavement right now, meeting folks where they are, speaking about the issues that they care about. And we've been doing that since day one, and we plan on driving harder all the way to the end. Period.
We have talked about this a lot on the show as well. We're seeing it show up in polling data in terms of this percentage of black men that the Trump team is trying to get. We've seen all the conversation and dialogue in the last few days regarding Ice Cube, 50 Cent as well. And so, will Joe Biden be addressing issues specific to black men? Harris as well. What kinds of things are going to be done in these final 10 days? Every vote is going to count. Bottom line is no one believes that any poll is perfect. Those are not actual votes. And so what is a plan to aggressively go after all votes, but especially black men, especially those who are disaffected?
So first, folks should know that Donald Trump does not have a plan to stand on when it comes to the black community and even black men, even the ones that voted from the first time. But our plan and what we're doing as we're campaigning, we're speaking about the issues that affect black men. It's more than criminal justice. It's a lot of different things, from expanding healthcare to creating jobs and wealth for black men to providing strong startup capital for small business to reforming criminal justice to making college more affordable. It's multiple issues that we care about and that we're going to be beating the pavement, making sure black men know that. We have a ton of elected official black men, celebrities, local electeds and local leaders and activists on the ground right now speaking to black men. So I will say we have a strong effort targeting black men. Again, we've been talking to them since day one, and I think they should expect to hear more. We're very transparent. I think that when it comes to Ice Cube, I'm glad that, he is exploring both. Again, our thinking here and our theory is like, hey, Donald Trump doesn't have a record to stand on, and Joe Biden does. It's one person that actually has a record that they can look back and has been successful. When you compare that to President Trump and what he says he's going to do for black men, it's nothing but more lies, more empty promises that have not gotten done. He's not come through on anything that he says he would do, especially for the black community. So I think folks need to keep that in mind as they head to the polls. And I'm speaking as a black man, and look, let's be honest, people are dying from COVID. We are in a recession. I don't know how many times I need to repeat myself in that, but this is where we are right now. And we have a person that has failed the American people, and they do nothing but lie and create division. And so I think people are smarter than that now. I think the voters know. I think black men know that. I think they're not going to play themselves. Some folks have played themselves in this. You don't play with politics, but politics will play with you. So it's important to make sure that folks get out and vote. It's very serious, folks.
I asked Simone Sanders this yesterday, and it is still befuddling to me. One of the criticisms of Joe Biden is the 1994 crime bill. Reality is, he was the author of that. Folks have criticized Senator Kamala Harris for being DA and for California Attorney General. I still don't understand why Biden and Harris don't speak more forcefully in letting Donald Trump and Mike Pence know you can't take all the credit for the First Step Act that has reduced prison population by 17% when it was Democrats who passed it in the House. It was Democrats who improved it, and it was Democrats who wanted to do one under Obama, but the Republicans blocked it.
Yes.
Are we going to see them lean in more on that and not allowing Donald Trump to have all the runway to himself as if he is the absolute savior of criminal justice reform?
I think folks will see that. I think that, one, let's not forget at the town hall last week that Vice President Biden spoke about the crime bill. He apologized about it. But however, folks must know the context of time and the context of history and what's in that bill. And the Republicans have done nothing but gut all the good stuff that was in there at that time out. But I think you will hear them speaking about those issues. They have since day one. It won't stop now. It's going to keep going. I think you have a group out there that they do want to know about that. They want to know what's the plans to move forward. There are plans to move forward to make things better, and they have made them better. And so I think that, one, I think when you compare Trump and Joe Biden and Pence and Senator Kamala Harris, there is no comparison when it comes to their records and what they've done, period. And so I think folks should expect to hear more from them on that. Again, it depends on the audience. But again, last week was the best example of hearing someone being presidential and speaking out about it. We've not heard Trump talk about race and the things that he has incited when it comes to racism, especially black folks. And so you've heard Joe Biden speak to the hearts of black folks, period. You know, Delaware, as he likes to say, is one of the eighth or ninth, depending on what you're reading, has the eighth or ninth largest population of black folks. I say that to say Vice President Joe Biden knows black folks better than what they think. He's been around them. They've been his constituency for a long time. So these issues that hit home to a lot of folks, he's been dealing with that and talking to those folks in those different communities for years. And I think they should expect he's going to listen to them and their concerns and our concerns and what we feel like we need to do to move forward.
Well, Kamau, glad to have you on the show, and Simone. I certainly look forward to talking with Joe Biden before this election. It's been a while, February, and so certainly want to hear from him speaking to these issues, and it's definitely going to be quite a busy 12 days. And, of course, we'll be, focusing on the debate tomorrow. We'll have live coverage, a post-debate as well, breaking down what was said, if anybody can actually get anything edgewise compared to what took place in the last debate. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Roland.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Black-owned businesses here on Roland Martin Unfiltered. We certainly want to thank people at Ceek.com for being one of our partners. It is a black-owned company founded by Mary Spio. And they have two great products. You see this virtual reality headset here. That's what it looks like right here, where you're able to place your cell phone right in here to watch their virtual reality content, 360-degree video, amazing clarity. You can actually get this as well. Plus, they're a 360-degree 4D headphones. These, of course, great for gaming. Has a headset that comes with it as well. You can also Bluetooth, some music and videos, gaming, all of that. And so you can get these at Ceek.com. You can also, of course, subscribe to their content, Ceek.com. Use the promo code RMVIP2020 right here. The promo code RMVIP2020 to get one of both of these items from Ceek.com.